Hey everybody, I'm back again with another anime review. Now last time I reviewed the first episode of Dragon Ball Super and I said I wasn't going to do the other episodes until they come out in English because personally I don't want to hear Goku go ah like that. And then at the end of the review I said I would review Blue Dragon season 1. But I'm going to do this because a person was pretty excited. And honestly, I was thinking of doing this for a long time. Somebody reminded me. Somebody commented on my Wakfu videos, my Wakfu review, talking about it, and I was talking to him, her, blah blah blah, and then I told them about the special episodes in which I was gonna review it, and then honestly, I totally forgot to review the special episodes. So thanks to that person, I'm going to review Wakfu the special episodes. So without further ado, I'm gonna review Walk Through the special episodes. Now, this is gonna be spoilers. So if you haven't seen season 1 or season 2, I suggest you don't watch this. But if you don't care about spoilers like me personally, then go right ahead. Now, as many of you know, or as many of you do not know, Wakfu is started out as an MMO game, and then it had a Kickstarter campaign to turn into a cartoon, anime, whatever. And well, it was fucking successful. It's got 2 seasons. One, two, three, four, five. It's got 5 special episodes. One that happens at the end of season 1, and then the others are after season 2. The first special episode I reviewed in season 1 in my first review of Wakfu because I didn't know it was a special episode. I thought it was just part of the season. The first special episode is about Noxamillion, or Nox, as you all know. It's basically about his past, how before he was a bad guy and all that stuff, what caused him to be a bad guy. And well, if you've seen season 1, then you should probably know Nox did all of this for his family because Nox was just a regular dude. He had a wife and a lot of children, and he was a clockmaker. He lived on the island that the show talks about. That long ago this island got attacked by like a tsunami or some shit, or like a volcano erupted, and boom, the island was gone because of Olgaris crying. And I'll get to Olgaris soon. But pretty much, Nox and his wife wasn't happy. They weren't making a lot of money because Nox's boss was the reason why Nox turned bad, because Nox's boss was on top of him every single moment of the day, every day actually. And Nox went with his kids to like this expedition, if I remember, and he found the chrono item that he uses in the series, and so he became obsessed with it. And so at the same time, his obsession pushed his family away. So his wife and kids left, and when they left, he realized he fucked up, and so he was alone. And then like it fast forward a little bit, you see Nox's house all run down and everything. His boss opens the door looking for Nox, wondering where he is, and he sees Nox looking all like destroyed, pretty much. And the boss tells him, "Hey, Nox, I got some bad news. Um, you don't gotta work if you don't want to, but your family, the island they moved with their sister or cousin, something like that, and well, the island sunk into the ocean because of Olgaris crying." And when Nox heard that, Nox just went mad because Nox went crazy because he's got this guy, his boss right here, who's been a dick to him almost his entire career, and he just comes out of nowhere and tells Nox the bad news. And so Nox just gets furious with rage, uses the power of the time item, and learns that he's able to control time. And so he goes from being Noxamillion to just Nox. And his main objective was to gather enough energy so he could travel back in time to when his family was alive. But at the same time, everybody told him, like, before Yugo fought him, everybody told him if he does this, he'll fuck up everything pretty much. He'll kill some people, he'll do all that stuff. And he was like, and he pretty much, Nox did not care anymore. Nox just wanted to see his family one last time at least. But as you all know, he got defeated. And so now we have another special episode, which I think this is a new special episode because I've never seen this. We have a special episode about a young ogre creature, I guess you could call it. Ogre bunny, I don't know what it is. About a young bunny ogre named Ogrest. Now, Ogrest was a sweet boy. He was a sweet young boy. He was playful. He had the heart of a hero, all that stuff. He liked helping people, and he had a lot of friends. Yeah, that's pretty much his special episode because I've never seen it, like I said. But one day, Ogrest stumbled upon the Dofus, and if you don't know what the Dofus are pretty much Chaos Emeralds. He stumbled upon the planet's Dofus, the seven Dofus, the seven Chaos Emeralds. Stumbled upon it, and the power basically corrupted him, turning him into pretty much a god. And so his father was so frightened of him that he banished Ogres to a remote island in the middle of nowhere, so Ogres would not do any harm to anyone. But his father fucked up because Ogres, when his father did that, Ogres had a lot of emotions happening because he may have, when he transformed, he had the body of a giant fucking ogre pretty much, but he was still a little kid. So whenever Ogress cries, he creates tsunamis. Whenever, like, pretty much whenever his mood changes, planet-sized shit happens. But that's enough about Ogres. Now on to the Wakfu special episodes is what they're called. There are 4 special episodes. You could pretty much call them season 3. Because the special episodes, or the OVAs is what you want to call them, take place 2 years later after season 2. There's peace on the planet, nothing's going on. Yes, some of the main issue right now is what to do about Yugo because at the end of season 2, pretty much the entire planet learns that Yugo is the oldest living thing on the planet. That Yugo is a king. Yugo was the king of the tribe that used to rule the planet. He used to be the leader of the dragons, pretty much, all that shit. And so they're trying to figure out what to do with Yugo because Yugo wants to bring his people, because Yugo is the only one of his kind. Yugo wants to bring his people from the dimension that they're in to this planet. But the people that rule the planet, the council pretty much, are declining him, not because, well, some of them are dicks, some of them are nice, and some of them just don't know. One of the main reasons why is because they're talking about pretty much an entire colony of people that have the same powers of Yugo and shit like that. So, first of all, you're gonna need to find a place for them to live, and you're gonna need a lot of food. And at the same time, other people, like I think it was this female, she didn't want Yugo's people to come here because fuck it, they're gone. And she didn't see Yugo as a king because Yugo may be like thousands of years old, but he's been trapped in the body of a child because he was reincarnated. Like he died, but he came back to life. It's not like Link from Legend of Zelda, how every time one Link dies, another Link is reincarnated, but he has his own life and everything compared to the other Links. No, this Yugo died back then, sacrificing himself. Yugo and his brother Dragon, I forgot his name actually, died sacrificing themselves to save pretty much everybody. But at the same time, they don't really die. When they die, they turn into dragon eggs. And so, when Yugo came back, he came back as a baby, but he didn't have any of his memories or anything until like his brother, the dragon brother, came back, and pretty much he remembered everything. But on to the point. Pretty much all the kingdoms honestly don't want Yugo's people back. Amelia's kingdom doesn't have a problem with it because they'll help out. And so you got that issue, and at the same time, Orgerus is going out of control. He's crying, he's doing all this stuff, endangering the planet. And so while that's going on, Yugo pretty much, how should I say? At the end of season 2, Yugo and his brother have the Dragon Chaos Emeralds, and which the planet wants to use them, but they won't be able to unless they convince Yugo, because only Yugo or his brother are able to use them. Nobody else can use them. And so pretty much they're at the same they don't like Yugo, but at the same time they're trying to get on his good side. So basically, they're pretty much Yugo and his brother are hiding all the 7 Chaos Emeralds around the world until Ogre starts running amok. And then Yugo comes up with the idea to be like, hey, bro, let's use the Chaos Emeralds to stop him. But his brother doesn't want to because Ogress has the planet's 7 Chaos Emeralds. And so if Yugo uses the Dragon Chaos Emeralds, the planet will pretty much get fucked up. Because think of it like this. Think of it like Dragon Ball Z. Whenever two powerful ass fighters go head to head, earthquakes, the water start going crazy, all that stuff. That's pretty much what's gonna happen. But Yugo wants to because if he doesn't, a lot of people are gonna die and his friends are gonna suffer. But at the same time, his brother doesn't want to because his brother feels bad. His brother wants to help his friends really badly, but at the same time, he won't allow it because if they do it, things will become even worse if two Chaos Emerald sets go head to head. And so pretty much Yugo and his brother go head to head in a fight. Yugo beats his brother, kind of. They don't really fight. They play like they have like a keep away battle, but Yugo ends up winning pretty much. And then his brother, this is pretty sad, but his brother disowns Yugo because Yugo betrayed his brother to his own family to save millions of people, honestly. Now, that's the main issue going down with season 3 of Wakfu. You could call it that. Now on to everyone else. Everyone else, like I said, 2 years later, I forgot his name. Sadly Grovely and wow, I forgot almost everyone's name. But pretty much Sadly Grovely and his wife, I forgot her name. I can't think of it at all. They're married, and in season 2 of Wakfu, by the time they get to the end, she tells him that she's pregnant. And so, what do you think's gonna happen? She gives birth. So she gave birth. They have a son and a daughter. I think the daughter is older by like couple minutes or so, something like that. But yeah, they have a son and a daughter. The son, the son is more like the mom, and the daughter is more like the father. And so they're done with fighting and everything. They're living a peaceful life, but at the same time, sadly, Grovey Shushu, Ruby Lax wants to go into combat, and sadly, Grovey is feeling the same way. Like, I know this peaceful life is kind of boring, but I'm kind of happy. I'm tired of fighting all that stuff. We saved the world twice. I need to rest, pretty much. And so he hasn't properly proposed to her, but they're pretty much married. But he eventually does propose to her. And spoiler alert, like I said before, sadly Grovey is the tribe that he is. I forgot what they're called. He is the god of the Tofus, I think is what they're called. And when he becomes god, he goes into god mode and goes off to fight Ogres, but he gets his ass kicked because he gets distracted. Pretty much. He gets distracted, gets his arm ripped right off, and he loses all his god powers. Because, I don't know why. That was retarded, honestly. Now, for Amelia is the queen now. Well, she's still princess, but she's more into like a ruling role now. And so she's kind of stuck up right now. The only time she's not stuck up is when she's with her friend. I forgot her name. So everybody's like 2 years older, having fun, all that stuff. But Yugo is kind of sad because, yeah, he's getting older too, but he still has that body. And that body, he'll never change. He'll never get out of that body. He'll always have that body. Unless they make more episodes, which I honestly do hope they make more episodes. Yugo has feelings for Amelia, and Amelia has feelings for Yugo, but they want to be together, but at the same time, they don't think it would work out because Amelia's a princess, and Yugo's a king, and he's some type of race. He's like half dragon, pretty much. But at the same time, the main issue is that he has the body of a kid. And so that's Yugo and Amelia's issue. Everybody else is pretty much fine. Now, on to August. Like I said, August, the main threat in these 4 3-part episodes, where Yugo uses the Chaos Emeralds and he becomes pretty badass looking. And he goes off to fight August. Yugo remembers the words of his brother. If they fight on the planet will pretty much get fucked up. And so Yugo uses all of his power to levitate the ground that they're standing on and then teleport it into space. And so sadly, Grovey and Yugo are fighting God Ogres. Well, God Grovey and God Yugo are fighting God Ogres. And pretty much they're just duking it out. They're winning until Ogres summons these 7-6 dragons to his side, in which sadly Grovey fights the dragons because Yugo's exhausted from teleporting such a huge thing into outer space. And so they fight. But in the end, Yugo's plan backfires, thinking, hey, if we fight in space, nothing's going to happen. No, they're wrong, because every time Yugo and Ogres make contact with each other, like when they do punches impacting each other, the land they're standing on breaks apart and turns into pretty much meteors and hurls toward the planet. But all is lost because Ogres destroys Yugo and Grovey and almost kills them until his father saves the day. And I forgot to mention, his father goes along too. His father, I don't know what he is, but he turns into a bird and goes inside of Ogres and pretty much takes all the Dofus out, and Ogres turns back to normal. And then all is well. Grovey finally proposes to the one girl. Yugo and Amelia's feelings finally reach each other and they become a couple, I guess. And then it just ends right there, honestly. Now, I don't know if the Kickstarter page has updated, but there's one more goal left, because they've reached every goal except for one, and it says make a second special episode. So I don't know if that's updated, because there's a lot of special episodes already. But if that isn't updated, I honestly do hope they continue with Wakfu, because I enjoyed Wakfu. I loved how it looked. I watched it in English, Japanese, and in the original language it was created for, French. And I gotta say, some animes sound good in English, some animes sound good in Japanese, but this shit right here, Wakfu, sounds the best in French. Because I watched it in English, I couldn't do it. Watched it in Japanese, I couldn't do it. Watched it in French, every voice fit every character perfectly. It was a great anime or a cartoon, whatever you want to categorize it as. And I hope people give it a try. And I honestly hope they continue making more episodes, because if they made more episodes like the Ogres episode that I've never even seen, I would totally watch more. But that is all I have to say for the special episodes of Wakfu. I hope people give it a try, watch the series. Both Season 1 and Season 2 are on Netflix and on Hulu as well. And the special episodes, I think you would have to watch on the internet yourself. So everyone have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.